Hey, I'm Lenny. I'm a yoga teacher, energy healer, and spiritual coach. And right now I'm here in our yoga and shamanism ashram in Sweden, where we conduct yoga teacher trainings, shamanism courses, and also retreats. Today I want to talk to you about how you can make your yoga practice more spiritual. So let's dive right in. First of all, we have to understand what yoga is. Because here in the West, yoga is put into a category like gymnastics. Yoga is not just physical exercise. I was really lucky when I started doing yoga in my college years. I went to classes from a teacher who already shared a little more than just the asanas. He already used Sanskrit names for the asanas. We did always some meditation in the end, and he always shared some yoga philosophy as well. So I was really lucky with that. But I know that many yoga classes you go to in Europe, they don't even mention anything about the spiritual path, which it actually is. So this is why I want to do this video today and explain a little that what yoga is. So yoga is not just the physical postures. Yoga is a whole science to raise your consciousness, to slowly step up into the next level of awareness till enlightenment. But that's on the top end. So it is about physical posture, which we do to keep our body flexible so we can sit long in meditation, and also to keep the body healthy, because we need a healthy body so we can go on the spiritual path. If we have aches here and pain there, we cannot focus on our spiritual growth, because then we will be stuck in the body, So we have to take care of our body as well. And with the physical postures, we keep our body healthy as well. But yoga is more than just that. I talked about this that it is a spiritual path. So you can break it down into different steps. Traditionally, these are called the 8 limbs of yoga. Patanjali divided it into that. And there you find, it is like a ladder, and it comes step by step. So the base of the 8 limbs is yamas and niyamas. Yamas and niyamas are, so to say, some rules for you to keep in mind how to conduct yourself, how to be with others, and also how to keep yourself according to some morals, I would say. So let's look into yamas and niyamas more closely, because this is already a big step how you can make your yoga practice more spiritual. Yoga it's not something you do 1 hour a day. It is something you do whole day long. Okay? You take it off the mat now. So a very big thing is to follow the yamas and niyamas. Now, let's start with the yamas. The yamas are the rules which concern our relation with the outer world. So we have 5 yamas. Ahimsa is the non-harming. Non-harming means, for example, that we don't scream at anyone, we don't beat anyone up. And a very big part of this is also the yogic diet. So we don't eat anything where an animal was harmed. So that, of course, includes meat, because killing is harming. But that includes also milk in the industrialized world, because milk cows are not kept very nicely, as well as eggs, because the chicken, you just look into a big chicken farm and you will know what I'm talking about. This has nothing to do with ahimsa, with non-harming. So non-harming is the first part. Second part of yamas is satya, the truthfulness, means you speak the truth. Next one is asteya. Asteya means not stealing. Not stealing is not just about I don't go into a shop and steal something. It also means, for example, I want to borrow a pen of my friend, and I'm not asking because I know she might not like it that much, but I still take it without asking. That is also considered stealing. So I don't do that. When I want something from some other person, I ask for permission. The next of the yamas is brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is celibacy. That is mostly a little understood wrong, because it is not just about not having sex. It means also to household good with your energies. So if you're married, if you have a partner, Of course, you're allowed to have sex, but it also means to have meaningful sex, to preserve your energies, okay, to really do it consciously. This is brahmacharya. So you don't have to be celibate to follow brahmacharya, but you have to be conscious about with whom you're sharing intimacy and on which level, and is this good for me or not. And the fifth of the yamas is the non-greed, or also not hoarding. It means you don't try to accumulate as many things as possible. When you follow these things, you already are on the spiritual path. You already brought yoga into your daily life. Now let's also look into the niyamas. These are the things which you can do with yourself, personal rules, personal morals, so to say. Here also we have 5. The first niyama is saucha. Saucha means cleanliness. That means you should be clean. It's not just about taking a shower. It also means you have clean thoughts. Whatever you do it cleanly. You keep your surroundings clean and tidy. The next one is santosha. Santosha means contentment. Contentment means that you're content with what you have. For example, you should not get attached to your things or the people you love. You let them free. And also if something breaks or if you lose something, it is okay for you because you're not attached to these things. The next niyama is tapas. Tapas would be that you really devote yourself. It's discipline. It means, for example, that you get up in the morning at 5 and do your yoga practice, although you would rather stay in the warm bed. This is tap. This is a very easy tap to do for us in our daily life. Tap shows that you have discipline. So if you go to a spiritual teacher, he will always put you through some challenges to see how committed you are, how much devotion you have. So they will let you do some extreme things so you prove your worthiness. You prove that you're really into it, that you're really devoted. The next one is svadhyaya. Svadhyaya is the study of holy books and also the study of self. So that means that you read the holy books. That can be any holy book you feel attracted to. And it's not just about reading the book, it is also about self-reflection while reading it. Okay, how can I implement these things which are said there? Or traditionally it was also meant to read the Vedas, for example. So there it shows on which level you are in your spiritual path. So it's always about self-reflection. Okay, where am I? What is the next step for me to do? And the 5th niyama is Ishva Pranidhana. That means surrender to a higher being, surrender to God. With this, a lot of people have difficulties because they don't believe in Hinduism and all. But yoga is not about Hinduism. Hinduism is a label the Britishers put onto this belief structure they found in India. Also the name India they put on it, although it was never called India. So it is not about worshipping some Hindu gods. It is about you find the connection to the higher soul, to the supreme soul, to whatever you consider godly. And you can do that, or it is easier to do that if you have some idol. Because we humans, we work with images. If we see something, we believe it. So that's why people started having idols in their homes, because it's easier to sit in front of a statue and pray than just sit somewhere and try to feel the godly. So it's like you bring the godly qualities into a statue. Doesn't mean that you pray to the statue, to the wood, what it is made out of. No, you pray to the energy of God. So this is the last niyama. If you implement already a few of these yamas and niyamas into your daily life, you already started your spiritual path and you made your yoga practice already more spiritual. But there are other things you can do. For example, when you do yoga daily or several times a week, then you should not just do asanas. You can also get into pranayama, but you should learn this in person from a teacher before so you don't do any mistakes. Also, you can do meditation. Although meditation is already a very high limb of the 8 limbs, so it's a very high step already. It is a very difficult one. So you can do the step before concentration. That means you focus your mind on something. But there will be more videos where I talk more about this concentration and meditation and how you can do this in your daily life. So I hope I gave you some idea how you can make your yoga journey a little more spiritual. It is not just about this 1 hour you spend on the mat, it is about implementing these rules, this moral of rightful living into your daily life. And then you see what all changes in your life already. It's the small things. When we do these small tweaks, these small changes, massive changes will happen, massive transformations. So this is where I leave you today, and I wish you a lot of fun trying out which things you can implement. And if you want to know more about my work, also about yoga, shamanism, or Ayurveda, check out my YouTube channel or also my website. I'll link it down below. And so you don't miss out on any future videos, subscribe my channel and hit this notification bell. See you soon!